Good evening. This is K4PW Net Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. I'm here on anybody on the frequency, but if there's somebody with emergency or priority traffic, you can break in at any time. Call 911 first, but you can always ask us for help. But make sure you give us your home address or wherever you're located on your emergency. Net may be broken at any time for an emergency. You can right now look for information on our net. Go to YouTube and you can look into the go on YouTube and go put my call into their search block, K4PEW, and you can see the screen of my radio so you can see what your signal strength is relative to others, as well as be able to hear other stations that you may not normally hear, figure out how you can make your station better. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes, and you can also look at 146415.net for information on Simplex. You can also go to groups.io and put in MJSS for Mount Juliet Simplex Society to bring up it'll bring up our net schedule, which is on the front page, and where you can also sign up, so to speak, for our announcements. So we do regular reminders about nets, both ours and others in the area, simplex nets and some repeater nets. You can also ask technical questions, or you can email me at k4pew@arr.net. But technical questions need to go out to the group. We've got almost 200 people out there that can answer questions very well. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and tonight we're starting on with 4 different nets, 2 meters right here where we are at 146.415 simplex, and we're moving over to 2 meters upper sideband on 144.240, and then on to 6 meters on 50.135 upper sideband, and then on to 223.415 FM. Purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out what you can hear, what you can't hear, and figure out how to work your radio better, and just have a good time with it, because we think Simplex is a lot of fun. Like I said, we've got about 200 people on the mailing list, so somebody thinks it's fun besides me. But anyway, events. As far as events, I already mentioned the nets we're having tonight, as well as the Sunday night net, which is on 7:30 p.m. That's a 28.415, another 10 meter net. We have a 10 meter net on Wednesday nights. We also have one on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m., 28.415, and that's Michael KM4YRF does that net. Also, he goes over to FM on 10 meters. The only time we go to 10 meter FM and on Sunday nights, and then on to again 223.415 FM. Do we have any other announcements, or do we have any announcements for the net other than the nets? And we had a great breakfast this morning. I want to make sure that everybody knows that while I am a veteran, I'm also appreciative of all the veterans that preceded me, and all the current ones, and all the ones that have been active since I've been active. I've been out of the military since only 51 years, so it's a long time. I feel like it was a different person. Really. It was a different person. I was a lot younger. Got out of the Navy when I was I was 23. And now I'm 70, almost 75. Anyway, as far as those announcements, is there any other announcements we need to know about? Alrighty, I take it there are no further announcements. Mike, can you give me a radio check, please?
Oh, you're doing good.
Okay, very good. I just want to make sure the audio is fine on this end for the YouTube thing. Okay, there we go. What happened there? There's a hangover from your signal coming in. No more announcements, and we'll go right into, we're starting on this net number 950. We're starting from the south, but we'll be taking check-ins mobile. First-time check-ins or people short on time, please come in.
CE4 mobile.
Okay, hold on one second. I got Kilo Echo for TWI. I got Wes in there. Everything all right?
Everything's good. We just got a company tonight, but want to check in, and things good here. And I heard a mobile station unfortunately walked over, so go ahead. Everything's good in Possumtown. KE4TWI.
Very good. That's Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey, India, in north of Possumtown. Who was that mobile station?
KO4OTV.
Very good. How you doing, Joe?
Pretty good. Yeah, I was out playing up here in Hendersonville this evening, and got with some guys from work, and they decided they wanted to play tonight, so that's why I didn't get on DMR or D-Star tonight.
All right, that qualifies you to be kicked off the net, although we can't do that.
Well, good deal. Yeah, I thought I'd be home in time to get on this, but luckily I heard you come on there. I didn't even know if I could make it. I'm over here on Briley, north up here by White's Creek.
Oh, very good. You're doing fine. Good signal.
Oh, good. Well, that makes me feel good. I cranked her on up to 81, so I figured it might make it to you.
Well, you're doing between 30 and 40 over.
Oh, well, that's outstanding. Well, I'm coming up a hill now, so that may be helping a little.
Well, you just jumped up to 50 over.
Well, good deal. I'm probably getting to 60 here in a second.
Yeah, very good. You're doing great. Everything else all right?
Yeah, I'm good, Paul. I'll let you get on with it, buddy, and hopefully I'll be home to hit y'all up on 6.
Very good. We'll see you then. That was Joel. He's mobile. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor, way up in the northwest sector. Who else is short on time, mobile, or first time checking? Nobody else mobile, short on time, or first time checking, or all three?
KR4AZ, a little short on time, huh?
Very good. Well, that was the next segment, with people who are a little short on time.
We're trying to get ready for a trip, so I got to get in there and get packing, I guess.
Oh, that's trips are a pain in the butt. It's the front end of getting ready, and then the back end of coming home and getting unready.
I agree with you totally.
Yeah, very good. I hate doing a trip because I always feel like I forgot something, and usually I do.
It's that sinking feeling when you get about halfway there. Oh
no. I know. I've been there, done that. I wish and trips are expensive these days.
Yep, but I got a sister I need to go see. I haven't seen her since 17, so she ain't traveling much, so I need to get down there and see her.
Very good. I hope you meant 2017.
2017, yeah. Got 17 years old.
You had me going there for a minute. I was going to say, that's a long stretch.
I guess, yeah, it would be. Though it seemed like it just, from 17 to now, was a blur.
Oh, yeah, I know. Join the club. I mean, it's, I'm trying to figure out what I do with all my time.
It'd take that much time to figure it out, I guess, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would. Anything else good for the net? How long are you going to be gone?
About a week. Maybe a little longer, but probably right at about that. No, don't have nothing else. I'll turn it back over to you. Appreciate it. KR4AZ back to net control.
Very good. That was Tim. He's in Murfreesboro. Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. Great signal. He was about 40 something over, I think. I wasn't paying that much attention, but it was a great signal. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking? All right, from the south, please come down. Hello, Tony. By the way, Tony does a Simplex net on. I get that backwards. He's doing the Santa net on Simplex through this frequency, on, of course, that would be Christmas Eve. And that will start at 7 p.m. So make sure to put that on your calendar to make sure you listen on Christmas Eve. I don't know what day that is, honestly. Tony, what day is, I know it's on the 24th, but what day of the week is it?
That would be Sunday night.
Oh, it is Sunday night. Awesome. So it's not well, it wouldn't be a work night for most people anyway. Sunday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Well, very good. Anything else for the net tonight, Mr. Tony?
No, that was about it. Just been hanging out today.
Yeah, beautiful day to be hanging out, though.
Well, depends on which parts of you are hanging out, I guess.
Did you figure out any more on your lighting system?
No, I didn't work on that today. My wife and we went to a TPAC show, and the only thing I haven't really gotten figured out is how to set the scheduler, and I don't know, it just baffles me.
I'm sure you can get a remote assistance from the great land of China, and they'll help you.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah. But no, for whatever reason, you would think it's like the simplest function there could be. And there's, so far, I found 3 separate
functions built into the app, and none of them seem to talk to each other.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out over time. Hopefully, it gets before Thanksgiving. Let's count on that happening.
I'm thinking around Groundhog Day.
Yeah, maybe by next Christmas.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, KF4 kept you.
Very good. That was Tony in Smyrna, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Kilo Foxtrot Quebec. He also checks in on the 223 net and the DMR net, and so he's a pretty active guy. And he's got a whole lighting system done that's brand new. It's kind of neat. It's a programmable lighting system that can be used year round for just white lights or Christmas lights or flashing lights, or it's kind of cool. Anyway, who else is Sal?
Hey, Paul, KM4TM.
Oh man, 2 nets in one evening. This is awesome, Tom.
Hey, I thought I'd give you a surprise tonight. I heard you call Sal first, and I thought I better strike while the iron's hot. Anyway, just want to say good evening to you and the rest of the bunch. It's been I don't know how long since I've checked in, but I'm looking at my signal on the internet, and I'm showing an S8. Okay, very good. Well, between family and friends, I've been staying pretty darn busy, Paul. So the wife and I are usually getting into movies about this time of night. So that's my excuse as to why I'm not able to make the nets as often as I am. But just I had an opportunity, so I thought I'd better take it.
Yeah, well, you don't need an excuse. I mean, I know, and everybody else knows that A, family comes first, and B, there's no requirement to check in here, except if you want to.
Comment.
Hey, good, Michael. Yeah, what does he say signal to you there, Mike?
Well, it's not very good. He's only like 20 over.
Did you hear that, Tom?
I heard that. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I was looking at my signal on the what is it? The YouTube internet deal here. It looks like I'm barely an S9 on Paul. I thought I'd hit him better than that.
Well, I've got it, and it's not the X700. That's my $124 tram antenna.
Oh, okay. Well, you're still a good S9 or a little better, so I'm not seeing a huge difference in your signal from the X700.
Oh, that's amazing. But he is getting you better with 20 over, and Michael's about 2 miles east of me.
A good deal. Michael's got that X700, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And mine's somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, I think.
I can't believe they're having such a hard time getting those over here. Boy, that's a great antenna. They need to build about 1,000 of them and send them over to DX Engineering, and they'll sell in a month, I bet. All right. I guess I don't have anything else, Paul. Just saying hello, and I heard you on the D-Star, and I hadn't checked into that net in a while. You know, Larry is maybe a quarter of a mile from me, so he's like 60 over on it. So anyway, heard that, and good evening to Michael and to everybody else on the net. And I'll let you pick up some more there. Good to hear you, Paul. K4PEW, KM4TM, Tom in Rockville. Good evening.
Very good. That's Tom in Rockville, who I'm sure Larry could hear you on a dummy load from your location. That's KM4, Kilo Mike 4, Tango Mike, and he's in Rockville. Who else is, that's Tom, by the way, I didn't already say that. Who else is Sal?
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hey, very good, Larry. Thanks for doing the D-Star net. Went well, I think, with 5. I mean, we seem to be averaging 5, 6, or 5 on all of them. That's sometimes a little better, sometimes a little worse, but it's all good.
Yeah, we'll get everybody together for a day and get real. All right, we'll let you know when it's all KE4 lobby.
Very good. That's Larry. He's in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is south? Or east?
KM4, wow, yeah.
Very good. That was Michael. How are you doing?
Well, work like a dog. Thomas had me working in the garage today, and got some stuff accomplished, though.
Man, why'd you got to say that, man? I didn't do nothing.
Well, I did nothing all day yesterday, but I didn't get through.
Yeah. Well, if you can't do it, at least you can do it partially, so it's an incomplete project. That's a good status.
Good point there, Paul. I don't guess I have anything else, so I'll say 73 and back to net control. Thank you for doing what you do. KM4 WildRat.
Very good. That's Michael. Of course, he does the net on Sunday night on the 10-meter net, and then he also had 10 meters and 10 meters and 220. He also fills in for me when I'm not here. And that's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's here in Montreal. Who else is south or east? Hello, Earl. How are things over there in the Pine area? Not the Pine, but the Cedars area.
Yeah, I call it Stick City or Cedar City. Everything's pretty cool over here. Went down to a few little honeysuckle vines over the week and got a pile of stuff out of the way, so they're going to get the roots out of the way and maybe have a little bit of place to plant tomatoes next growing season. Reclaiming my yard, I guess, a little bit at a time.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you do anything special for Veterans Day, like a free dinner or anything?
No, I sat in my chair with my feet propped up for about an hour going through that email of discounts and donuts and coffee and burgers, and I think even that there place where y'all had breakfast at Golden Corral, I think it was even on the list. Y'all get you some free coffee?
I don't know. It's not that important to me. I can afford coffee, and I just appreciate the appreciation.
Yeah, me too. I was looking for a place to go get a haircut. Cause the only haircut I know how to do is buzz, and my hair ain't never been as long as it is right now. And they had a place there here in town, Secret Clips or Great Cuts or something like that. Can't remember exactly if there was a Kroger shopping center. I was going to go a little bit earlier to go get one of their rain check cards they give away. It's going to be good till 1st of December. But I couldn't make up my mind whether to let it grow a little bit longer to donate it for wigs for kids or what. So I guess I stood and lose on that with Mr. Procrastination President membership, I guess.
Oh, very good. You can you come over here and I'll give you a boot camp haircut for nothing.
Oh, okay. You got battery clippers or electric clippers?
Oh, they're the high power ones, man. The electric.
Oh, okay. Cool deal. Yeah, I got some of them, but it's kind of hard to hold the mirror with one hand and get positioned right with the other hand, and then one side at a time I lose track of. I think maybe my head gets lopsided because it comes out cockeyed every now and then, or maybe I'm just lopsided. I don't know.
Yeah, I was telling my wife yesterday, which was, I don't know. It's supposed to be Veterans Day yesterday or whatever, but I was telling her about how when I went into the military in 68, a lot of guys who were going into processing that day had long hair. I wasn't one of them. My hair was relatively short, but a lot of guys had long hair. And you got to know them that day going through the processing center, in this case from Buffalo. And then we got on, we went out to dinner, and then we caught a plane to Illinois, to Chicago, and then took a bus to Great Lakes. So, and then the first thing that next morning, before I think it was even light out, just barely, everybody got, the buzz cut. And when everybody got out of the barber shop, I didn't recognize a soul. I didn't know who anybody was.
Yeah, same here. And a lot of those name tags I couldn't read, so it's kind of like, well, who are you? And what kind of, how, even with the name tag like you probably had, it's kind of, there was one guy in our platoon, the girl started calling him Alphabet, and believe it or not, we had one feller's name in there. It was, by the way.
That's funny. Now you get I tell you what, I don't know if it's still that way in basic training around the USA, but I think they might be more politically correct these days. I don't know.
Well, I don't know myself. Actually, I just heard stories about several years ago they started getting a scratch card or this, that, and other, and I was kind of like, what is a scratch card? You know, it's something like, wear it around your neck and pull it out behind your t-shirt. So, I guess drill sergeants back up. I don't know. They made me cry when I was going through basic, because I was 23, 24-year-old trying to keep up with those 17, 18-year-olds. But anyway, I ain't ashamed. I made it.
Oh yeah, no, it's the stress. The indication of stress when I went through basic training is somebody passed out on the drill apron.
Yeah, there you go. You ever seen that there movie Major Pain? I think it was called.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold you up. I was just pacing the floor and heard activity come in here and turn the volume up. And I thought, dang on, I was in there sitting on the couch watching that Men in Black movie. But I'll let it go at that, Paul. And 7-3 out there on the net, anybody can receive my signal, and we'll catch you later on. Happy Veterans Day. This is KE4DED, Earl in Stick City of Cedar City.
Yeah, very good. That was Earl, as he says, in Stick City. He's over east of, he's in Noreen, just east of the Cedars of Lebanon Park. That's Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Who else is east?
KG4CXE, Chris. Randy Bravo. Good evening, Paul.
All right, hold on one second, Richard. We had Chris beat you out there. KG4CXE. Man, you missed the D-Star or the D. I'll get it right in a minute. The C4FM net there, Mike. Chris.
I know. I don't think I heard that one go off on the reminder, but I had the radio turned on this, so I just instantly I knew it was 8 o'clock.
I'm telling you, I've got about 12 or 14 reminders in my phone, and if I'm near the phone, I guess they get them.
Yeah, I think we were watching TV. I didn't hear it at all, but I do have a reminder for the C4FM. It's funny.
Yeah, well, we never had it easier than we have it now with handheld phones that give us all those. That's a nice feature, though. All those, the ability to put in reminders.
Yeah, the issue is you hit snooze on it or tell it to go away, and then it doesn't remind you, and you wish it kind of would.
Well, it was one of those deals like when I was, I had a job where I had to get up early when I was a kid, and when I was just out of high school, and I had to be up at like 6 or something. And I hated to get up that early, and I had to put my alarm clock on the other side of the room so I could actually had to get up to turn it off.
That's smart. I think I've done that once in the past for sure, because I was turning it off religiously.
Yeah, that's right. And then forgetting about it.
Yeah, and I'd wake up in a panic and just be running late. Yeah, it's horrible. It's not a good time.
Yeah, I did that. It's a different thing, but I had got a call in the middle of the night because I was a service manager, and it was from a TV station. And excuse me, the answering service called me. That was back in the days, the answering service, and they called me, beat me, and so I called them. Oh yeah, you got to get. So I called the TV station, and I get somebody in I wasn't the right person, so I said, okay, I'm looking for whoever made the call. And so I was still in bed. I went back to sleep while I'm laying in bed, and so the phone is underneath my head, still in my ear, and I fell asleep. I don't know how long it was. Might have been just 1 minute. All of a sudden, I hear somebody going, "Hello, hello," and I'm like, I picked up the phone. I said, "Who is this?"
What they say?
He told me, he told me the TV station. Oh yeah, that's right. I called you. I forgot about that. It was just funny to fall asleep in the middle of a phone call.
Yeah, it's not good to do that. I've had people do that on the other side of the phone, but it's kind of funny. They'll snore for a while. Sometimes it takes an hour for them to wake up.
Well, I did have another event where I had a friend of mine's wife was talking to me, a really nice girl, and we were talking, but she tended to drone on more than I did, and I fell asleep while I was listening to her. And I woke up some 20 minutes later, and she was not there. And then when I talked to her again that week, she goes, "What happened to you? Did you?" I said, "Oh, the line went dead. I don't know what happened." Anyway, I felt bad really because it was too much for my brain that night. Anyway, anything good for the net there, Chris?
No, not too much, man. Just want to jump in here, and I'll try to catch you on the next one.
Very good. That's Chris, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo, and he is in Rural Hill, south of me, about 5 or 6 miles. Who else is? Oh, so I heard Richard in there. KG4SIB. I'm sorry, KI4SIB.
You're speaking like I feel. Good evening, Paul. Hope everybody's well. Doing okay. I've had a long, productive day. But 7-3 to everybody. Take care, and I'll hush and get out of the way. Check in KI4 FSOR if you don't care. Talk to you when I can. KI4 I'll be out of the way. 7-3.
Very good. That was Richard. Good to see you this morning. Among the other 5 that were there besides you, that was Richard, KI4SIB, and Stephanie, KI4SOR, in somewhere in an undefined area in Wilson County. I don't know where you are. Where are you now? You didn't tell me. He's gone.
Still in the apartment at the moment.
Oh, okay. Very good. So you're just west of downtown Atlanta. Very good. You'll tell me when you move to the other place. Tell me where you are. Anyway, we got those. Who else is east?
KI4ZDG.
I'm sorry. That K. Who is that? Who is that? K. Was it KF4?
Kilo India 4
Oh.
Zulu Delta Golf.
Hey, there you go. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing great, doing great. Glad to finally be back on the net after being out of town for so long.
Well, let me call again. I think I got it wrong. It's Kilo India 4 Zulu. Is it India Go? Nah, it's not India Go. What did you say your call was again? Because I wrote it down wrong.
KI4ZDG.
Oh, there you go. I can't even read my own writing. Yes, I wrote down. It looked like I didn't finish the D. Anyway, ZDG. How's it going for you? I hope everything's good on your return trip home.
Oh yeah, just working. Just been out of town for like the last week and a half or so. Finally got back home. I guess Tuesday.
Yeah, that's more traveling than I like to do.
Oh yeah. I was actually up in your neck of the woods for part of it. I was up there. Buffalo was nice and cold and windy and rainy up there.
It can be, but you know, they actually have in the Buffalo newspaper, I think they still have that feature. I even grew up believing that was the cloudiest area of the world. You just think it is. And they actually compare the cloudy days in Buffalo with the cloudy days in Orlando. And it's Buffalo wins every year.
Really? Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad area. It was just happened to be that when that rain was moving through just across the whole country. And it was rainy that night we got in, and then the next day it was nice, but it was just blustery. And sun came out, it warmed up, and then it got cloudy again. But yeah, it was just it was nice to get back here down to the warm weather though.
Oh yeah, well that whole area is I'm not saying it's radically different, but because it's on the eastern end of the Great Lakes, it tends to get tends to get some of that snow as they're coming off Lake Erie when in certain conditions that are bad, and it does have a nice westerly wind that really comes in sometimes during the fall, winter, spring.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's bad up there. It's just their Achilles heel, I guess, is that all that lake effect snow.
Well, when people say that Buffalo, and they have this misunderstanding that Buffalo is somehow the worst snow and coldness capital of the universe, they need to move to Minneapolis for a season or two.
I lived in Minneapolis for a semester during college doing an internship up there, and I just being a Southern boy up there, I thought it was cool. All the snow, walking around knee deep and whatnot up there, so I enjoyed it. Just knowing that I was going to get to go home and get out of it after May.
Oh yeah, but it really gets blistering cold up there compared to like in Buffalo and where I grew up in Niagara Falls. If you look it up on the weather data, I think the average wintertime temperature in that area in Western New York is around 35 or 30, somewhere in the mid 30s. You think it would be below zero, but it's not. In Minneapolis, I'm pretty sure it's lower.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't doubt it though. It's cold up there.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, anything else for the night, Kevin?
No, sir. Glad to be back on here. Glad to hear everybody.
Very good. That was Kevin. Kilo India 4 Zulu Delta Golf. He's here in Montreal. Good signal. Glad to have you back. Who else is east?
How this?
All right, Carrie, it's good to see you this morning.
No, always enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is good. We didn't ask if they were given any You know, I didn't notice until today they have a senior discount. It's $1 difference, and I think they already charge us $1 difference off.
Didn't know.
No, I didn't notice it till today. That's not that it matters. I mean, if I can't afford the $1, I'm in real trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, you know, there's I think it's $1 difference on the senior versus regular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's senior versus regular. That's what I was talking
Yeah, I've been doing that to save that extra $1 because I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah, then you go and burn it up on something stupid.
Yep.
Like a radio. It costs $400.
Uh-huh.
Anything good for the net, Gary?
No, nothing else tonight. Just checking in to say hello and glad to see everybody this morning. Enjoyed it and just hope everybody has a good holiday weekend here. You know, remember our vets and say thank you to them. And I'll get out of the way. KK5S.
Yeah, it's like me. I'm thanking the vet who I was over 50 years ago. It seems so long ago. Anyway, that's Kerry. He's in Baird's Mill. Kilo 5 Sierra. Who else is east?
Okay, import two.
Oh, Stan, everything going well?
Going well, Paul. How about you?
Doing great. Everything's swell. Not swell. That's bad. It sounds awful. Everything going well with the after the post-surgical stuff?
Yeah, it is, Paul.
Awesome. Yeah, they've come a long way with that stuff. I noticed today or yesterday, I forget which it was. Last night, I think it was. You know, they had their first, what apparently is the first successful eyeball transplant.
Oh, I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, look it up. I never heard of it either. I thought it was a Frankenstein story or something.
Yeah, it sounds like it, Paul, but just want to say, thank for your service to all the veterans out there. And thanks to that, KM4HQ.
Yeah, very good. That was Stan. He's in Lebanon, at Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Yeah, it's I always I revere. I grew up, you know, being the age I was, most of the people I grew up with, the kids I grew up with, were about, you know, same age as I was, but their parents, like there was a lot of veterans of World War II in Korea, in you know, as far as adult leaders and Boy Scouts and the people in the church and the people in the community. So it was like growing up with a whole world of veterans, and it was kind of, we don't have that similar as many as we do now. You know, I mean, we don't have as many as we did then. So I kind of had this reverence for all those, because some of them really, you know, they went through a lot of problems. You know, a lot of them didn't make it, but you know what I'm saying is it's fascinating how many people have served in the military under much worse conditions than I did. Anyway, that was Stan, KM4 HQE in Lebanon. Who else is east?
KG4, my three.
Hello, Kevin. How's everything? You're doing a 223 net tonight?
Well, I'll try. I don't know if I'll be able to hear you. I hadn't noticed the antenna. It may be in position. I might be able to pick you up.
Well, it was, and I can do it either way, but I hooked up I've got my beam pointed in your direction, a 220, but I'm starting off with the 5-watt Kenwood that you and I both have, and seeing how that works, and see how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll work. We'll sit there and do that test. I'm sure you know, hell, when I get that thing pointed in the right direction, well, in the general direction of you and Mount Juliet, I hear you just fine. You sound real loud in my. It's funny because it doesn't have the same kind of scale as so it reads in numbers. Doesn't have any bars. Doesn't have any kind of thing like that. Any recognizable distinction that, you know, would say, well, this signal is better than the other. It does in points, you know, in numbers, like 58 is, and you usually give me like and as the rest of the people in that general direction, it's like 58 and stuff.
Right. Well, the last time, I think the last net on 220, I was listening to you, and your signal was, I think I told you, like you were just next door to me. And I looked over at the radio and it had 0 bars. I went, oh man, it sounds crazy.
Ain't that
I'm still trying to figure it all out myself. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be there and I'll try to make it. If you can hear me anyway, so hopefully, maybe you'll hear me.
All right, I'm going to knock on for Mike to make it even. That was Kevin. He's in Lebanon. Kilo Golf 4, Mike. We're going to give it a try on 220 tonight on my my Beam. I have never used yet. Had it up for several months. I haven't used it. Who else? East or north? East or north? Wake up north.
WB0.
Hello. Which antenna were you on, Mark? On for the DMR or for the excuse me? Yeah, it was D-Star. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was on the 510. I don't know why I don't receive new D-Stars I do on FM.
I like D-Star. The audio quality. I get the impression that the digital modes don't propagate as well.
Be a bandwidth issue, but I agree with you. They don't seem to work as good as good old FM. Yeah, or AM, or sideband for that matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess it does. Oh well. I think commercially too is that's why the systems need to be a little bigger for digital than they did for analog.
Bigger in a wattage, I mean?
Yeah, not so much wattage, but multiple. All that it just doesn't work as good.
So, what's the real advantage? That it's a narrow bandwidth and it's you can get more signals in it.
Oh yeah, that was the only to be able to squeeze more channels in the available bandwidth. There was a time when
Oh, you mean on the commercial side, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I first got into ham radio, I had this guy, very experienced ham, been around. He's been in ham radio since the 60s, 1960s, and he was out on D-Star, and I had no idea what he was talking about. Still don't. But he was talking about D-Star. I'm going, and I understood, in what he was talking about. And he says, yeah, it's better because you can have narrower bandwidth. And I was already, familiar with the repeater before. And he goes, it saves a lot more space for in the repeater area. And I go, but what do we gain?
Yeah, well, there was a time, I don't know, probably mid to late 70s when ham repeaters would, and we used to, talk for an hour during a commute every night.
Repeater. I've heard that same story, and I understand why, though. That was a big deal.
Yeah, well, it was what it's for. I don't know. There just doesn't seem to be as much going on nowadays, but that's okay.
Cell phones, and we've talked about, and even things as silly as Zoom, and you can make phone calls on all of those digital. I say those social on Telegraph and on Signal and on Facebook. Whatever FaceTime, I think it's called. What I'm saying? There's so many ways. Ham radio seems kind of antiquated to most people.
Yeah, but when the big one hits, Paul, and they won't.
Yeah, except in the digital modes.
Exactly. All right, we'll carry on.
Very good. That's Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. And he's in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north? Over to the west.
Kilo Delta 4, Charlie, Victor Echo.
All right, Greg. I knew I heard somebody else in there from the north, so we'll get back to you. How's it going, Greg?
Doing well. I'm looking
991. Hey, your Zulus are off on that top right corner.
My Zulus are off. What does that mean? Zulus? Zulu. Where are you looking?
You're showing 1054 Zulu up in that top right corner.
So it's got the wrong time in there. Right? So apparently I got to hook it up and get that thing coordinated.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, what? 1054. That's not even close. I was going to say it's a different time zone, but that's not good either.
I guess we're 6 hours behind, which would put us at what? Maybe probably two something. 40 Zulu, I would guess.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. You're right. It's I didn't realize that. I'm glad you pointed that out. I got to change it.
Yeah, Zulu's Greenwich Mean Time, UTC, I think it's all the same.
Yeah, well, that's why. But I was in a Zulu and then you changed it to that UTC. It messed me all up.
Yeah, I don't think anybody uses Zulu anymore. They might.
They did that. There was a show about the Navy on TV 15 years ago, and it might have been the name of it, and it showed when it said this is a 2300 Zulu on the bottom, and I had people asking, "What the hell does that mean?"
Yeah, now that I think about it, Coast Guard of all things, and they use Zulu.
Huh. I'm surprised, really. I guess it's easier to say that than UTC, but it doesn't make any difference. The military does what they do anyway.
As well as maybe the ATIS, Air Traffic Information Service, made Zulu also. So anyway, I'm sticking with Zulus, and you're wrong.
Well, I would love to get it. Somebody give you probably know. Tell me some the complications of commercial air traffic control in all of those flights to be on a coordinated system of how, because they're leaving, say, Paris or Tokyo at a given time zone, and they're coming in another time up with that very, it's amazing that they can even keep track.
Yeah, it's all Zulu or one of those variations. Think back, that was one of the biggest problems when they started having trains.
Oh, I'll bet that's true. Yeah, we take it for granted, all that complication. Then when there's a screw up there, like there was a couple of months ago with air carriers and things, and every man, it's flawless about 98% of the time. And you're going to be worried about this day.
They've apparently been having more near misses than
That's because they're too busy eating those magic mushrooms.
I don't know about that. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I'm just joking. That was a real weird one to me. And here's a commercial pilot taking magic mushrooms and thinking that's okay to. That was a couple of days, I think, before he was flying.
He claimed it was a couple of days ahead. He might have had a bad trip.
I want to know. Man, that's one reason I could never do that kind of stuff ever.
Well, I've held it too long. I'll see you all next.
Very good. That's Greg in Antioch, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is? Did I hear? Who did I hear your name from up north? How you doing, Carlin?
You went to the west before I could see the mic. Well, doing warm. Just got back in, I guess, about somewhere about 7:45. Went down and got a burger and stuff, and come on back in here and turned the net on, and there y'all were. So, me. You doing all right?
Oh yeah, you got a Whataburger up there, dude?
Well, in Gallatin, not here at Best Bay. That's what gets me on my microphone. Microphone. That's probably the best thing to call it. Micro soft edge. They're always showing that there's all this stuff here in Best Bay. Yeah, really? There's they've got another Best Page somewhere that's a big city. On that Microsoft Edge, it shows it's acting like oh, there you get good deals on repossessions there at so car lot, and I'm going like, what car lot? There ain't no car lot here. I mean, one little old country store and straight across from it on 31E down there is a what used to be the Bethpage Bank is now a water repair thing, company or something. They don't even have a bank in Bethpage, but yet, you know, on that Microsoft Edge, it's showing like I don't get it. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty good. Got me number 5, no onions and fries and a vanilla shake, and I just come on back. So I don't know. Other than that, it's outside. And so it's gonna be, I think, up in the 70s tomorrow afternoon or Monday. I forgot which one. So maybe it's gonna warm up a little bit. Anyway, I don't know. That's right. You got the tram. It was up the Diamond 510, I think, or something like that. I seen something on the internet about that. League had a pretty good match for T20. I don't know how efficient it is, but I did see that. Some guy said that he had something like a 1.4 on the 220 band or something, and I was thinking, well, how efficient is that? So on top of that, so well, I guess I'll hush up where you can go on around the compass here and see if there's anybody else in there. And I thought I'd say hello to everybody. I hope everybody's staying warm and have a nice and tonight. And I guess I'll hand it back over to you, KD4VW.
Very good. That's Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 in Age Old Town, Bethpage area. Yeah, one thing the internet does well is you'll do a search, and I'll be searching for something, and it gives me 22 different places I'm looking, and none of them are in the area I'm in. So I'm thinking, wow, you guys love the area. Seems like they get paid for how many ads they can pump out. Anyway, is anybody else up north or west?
W5EFR.
Hello, what's up with you? That's twice today.
I know I'm on a roll here. Looking forward to trying out the upper side band on.
Yeah, you got a great signal.
Yeah, I'm copying everybody well tonight. Everything's good. So, like I say, we'll try these next two as well. Okay, everybody have a great night. W5DFR.
Yeah, very good, Rick. That X510 is a killer antenna. By the way, Carlin, if you're still listening, somebody today at the breakfast was saying that he was using the 510 on 220, and I think he said he had a 1.8. I could hear. I didn't know he was on the 520 when he checked into the net last week on 220, and he had a big signal. He's out of Baird's Mill. He's southeast of me, quite about 15, 18 miles. Great signal. Anyway, 510 is a good choice. Obviously, I don't know. With the low, it's a relatively low SWR at 1.8 for, well, we'll see. Anyway, that was Rick, Whiskey 5 Delta 5 Romeo. He's in Hermitage. Who else is west?
KC4TNQ.
Hey, hold on, Charles. I missed the last part of that.
You're with me. Blair did not do that.
Hello, Blair. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Just enjoying a nice evening outside of my patio listening to it.
Oh, you're not on your handheld, are you?
Yeah, both playing tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, everybody complained about those Baofangs, and even I complained. Kind of clunky compared to a really high end, and I've got a couple of really nice handheld. But I tell you what, for a nice kick around.
Well, I pulled it out tonight because on the radio I got that'll do tri-bed, even though it's not supposed to, so I can get the 220.
Oh, awesome. That'd be great. Everything else going well for you, Blair?
Oh, yeah, everything's going just ready for the holidays.
Oh, yeah, holidays. The maximum stress days.
Well, here at the house, so I just make a couple trips back and forth to Atlanta next week.
Well, it's not a bad trip. Are they right in Atlanta or surrounding?
They are due east on Interstate 20 in a town called Concord.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's actually faster to go straight through downtown, just take 75 right down to downtown Atlanta and shoot out of Interstate 20. On 285, the destruction is just a nightmare right now.
yeah, I haven't been down there in a while, so I didn't know. But yeah, that's interesting. Go through Atlanta at all.
My biggest problem these days is it's Chattanooga.
Oh, really? It's that busy there, huh?
Well, that busy and they got construction, so if you don't catch it, like I've tried a couple times to do it for the day. No, big mistake because they ain't even had it 24 shut down in Chattanooga for construction.
Oh, wow. Well, because the South and Chattanooga and Atlanta and Nashville are growing like weeds.
Long time for Nashville to get to the size of Atlanta.
Oh, I know. I know. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Blair. That's Kilo for whiskey, and he's here in Mount Juliet. I heard you in there, Charles. You okay?
Oh yeah, everything's fine. So thanks for doing the net, Paul, and thank you for your service, and thank anyone who may be listening that may have served. Thank you for your, and that's about it from West Tennessee or West Nashville. There, over.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I always think of everyone who goes and does something in the military has some kind of sacrifice because they're taken away from their families, or they're taken to the country, or there's all kinds of silly things that happen, or they get injured or whatever. But I think about my sacrifice was medium, and there's people who had much worse careers. Mine wasn't a career, much worse sacrifice than mine was.
That most of my family, I did have a cousin service, but other than that, most of my family has not served.
Oh yeah, there was I think I only, besides he was sole surviving son, so he was taking care of his widowed mother, and his brother went in because he was older in World. His son went in the military. So he had two sons in the military. That's right. And then I went into the military, and my brother couldn't serve because he had health. So yeah, it's hidden. Everybody doesn't have to serve. You can serve your country in other ways just by working hard and paying taxes.
Totally agree. But anyway, Paul, y'all have a good evening. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out, and not feeling very well. I'll stick it out by as long as I can. C14 here.
I'll check you into the 220 then. That was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4, Tango November. Who else is west? Or anywhere? Anybody? All righty, we got nothing. I've got nothing. We had 20. Nice number of people checking in. We're going to move right over to 2-meter upper sideband. That's 144.240. And then we're going to jump 135. Then on to 223.415. So we'll see you over at 144.240 unless I get a complaint right now. All right, there aren't any lollygaggers, lurkers, or sandbaggers, I take it? Nope, not a soul. Okay, see you. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Sim 4240. All righty, that's Tony KF4KFQ, and he's in Smyrna. That was Tony KF4KFQ. And so I'm writing it down here. I forgot to write it down. Who else? South. All righty. Who else is east? Sound good there. You're sounding good there, Reverend Chris. That's Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Who else is east?
Kilo Golf.
All right. Hold on. We had two in there. KI4 ZDG, and I heard KG4 MI over there in Lebanon. So that's two more. And who else we got east?
KK5S.
All right. Our Bears Mill with Carrie, KK5 Sierra. Who else is east? or north?
No,
Very good. You got a good signal there, Mark, as always. It's Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar Oscar. Anybody else north? Very good. We got Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor, Uniform Whiskey, and Bethpage, north or west?
Kilo Delta.
Yeah, man. I think I told you, didn't I, that Jack couldn't check in tonight because he's out with his buddies?
You mentioned that, yes.
I said at the breakfast with Jack, after Jack said he wasn't going to be here tonight, I said, there's going to be a long, pregnant pause with Greg waiting.
I was aware.
All right, very good. That was Greg. He's in Antioch, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor, Victor Echo. I wrote down the wrong letter there. Who else is any place anywhere?
4 Walrus. DF4.
Hold on, K5 DFR. Hold on one second. I had KM4 F as well. It's Michael here, Mount Juliet, and Kilo 5 Delta Foxtrot Romeo in
Whiskey 5 Delta Foxtrot Romeo.
Oh, there you go. I even wrote it down wrong in my haste because Whiskey 5 Delta Foxtrot Romeo. Who else is any place anywhere? Am I hearing a station in there, or is it just my imagination?
I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, it's probably those voices in my head again. You know, I got up my out of medication. Well, one last chance. Any other check-ins for any place, anywhere? Please come in. That's funny. I thought, but obviously I don't. Or if I can't, if nobody else can hear them, they're not there. All right, we had 11 check-ins here on the upper sideband. We're moving over to 50.135. We'll see you there momentarily. There we go. See you then. This is Kilo 4 Pop Echo Whiskey, the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 50.135. Looking for check-ins here. 5 upper sideband from the south. Please come now. From the east. All right, we had 2 in there. Kilo Golf 4. I'll get it right in a second. Mike India Sulu. That's Kevin Edmund. Who else is east?
KM4. Wow.
Kilo Mike 4. Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. That's Michael here. For 1.5. Who else is east? All right. Who did I just have in there? I had the volume. I accidentally turned the volume down there momentarily. Who was that? Was that KM4? I'll get it right. KF4 ZDG.
That's correct.
Okay, very good. We got KF4 ZDG. Juliet. And who else is east? East or north? All right, we got Mark in Northwest Wilson. NOO. Yeah, it's Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. North or west? We had Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, and that's Greg in Antioch, and also heard Joel. Joel, you made it home, did?
I did, man. Y'all are sounding good on 6 tonight.
Ah, very good. Yeah, you sound great. It's Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor. Yeah, pretty good tonight, actually. Who else is in there? Any place, anywhere?
W5.
Very good. We got W5, DFR, Rick in Hermitage. Sound good, Rick.
Thank you very much. Everybody's doing good tonight.
Yeah, it does. Sounds great. It's a good night. Who else is any place? 6 meters. Anybody, any plays? All righty. Well, we wrapped up with I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 in there on 6 minutes. Oh man, big night, big night. Anyway, we're gonna move over to 223 for. We'll see you there if you got it. So have a good night, everybody. K4P, Debbie, and I'm going to close out the YouTube stream as well. It's K4 because it's private and anyway. Well, you guys have a good night. K4P, Debbie.